We're hanging out with Boomer out on the street. We were told that one of his issues at home was being aggressive with dogs that he meets on the street. Boomer's been here for about a week, maybe a little over a week. We've been practicing with all the training, and she doesn't know it, but somebody's going to come across the street. She can't see that because of this car. You're going to keep filming, and the dog will come into the shot, and then Boomer will see the dog at some point, and I'll show you what we've been doing with her when we encounter dogs on the street. She already saw that dog coming at us. You can't see the dog yet. Come! Practice calling her to come to you. I'm trying to stay in the camera's range here so you can see everything. So we have a dog here. Come! Use your recall. We've been practicing recalls a lot. Good. There's actually there's a man walking behind the dog coming up to us. So I think if you want to move aside, Nelson, let this man walk past and keep filming. Because another thing was people on the street as well that that Boomer had aggression towards, apparently. She's definitely unconfident, and as you know, talking to the owner now, she was very scared of even us at first, as she is, but every day she's gotten a little bit more confident and comfortable out here. It's not been that long. That's a truck parking way over there. Come! When we're out in public, I call her back to come to me. I use this recall all the time, whether it's a vehicle, a person, another dog. Come! Practice calling her back to me. Good. And see how I'm doing it? Left hand leash. We're just walking along. She can do whatever she wants. Keep the leash loose. Always keep the leash loose. If she's pulling, come. Draw her back to you with the recall. Good. Left hand leash, right hand reward. The reward is in my right hand. It's a closed target because when there's no food, come. Can still get her to do it. Good girl. In an emergency, and the left hand's going to grab the leash or the collar so that she doesn't run off again. So it's always that whenever you're practicing calling her away from something. Come. It's always like this. Good. At the same moment, your left hand's going to either hook your hand under the collars, or grab the leash if she's got a leash on. And we just do it over and over and over again. Come! She's not even concerned with this dog. You see how I'm good calling her away? Also notice the other things I'm doing. When I call her to come, I back away. Because when you back away, it makes the dog run to you, especially when a dog is first learning to do this, which she is. She's only been here for one portion of the training that we usually do, but it's the beginning. They're not going to run to you unless you back away. If you practice in a way that makes her rush to you every time, and when her nose touches this target, it opens, she gets a treat, I pet her and say good and hook my hand under there. From day one, we've done it the way that we want it to go every time. Come, just like this. Good. Everything happens simultaneously so that later on when there's no treat, there's maybe not even a leash. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if she gets loose or something happens on the street, the same thing. Well, it'll work the same way even when you don't have the leash. So here you have another man coming, and this is the people on the street problem. Come. Good. And I think people on the street are a bigger issue for her, but she's not. She's definitely scared, and he was a big, tall man. And you know, we've been working mostly with the other dog thing in the short time she's been with us, but it's because I'm not doing this, and it's because when he was coming I didn't do this, because that's what triggers the behavior. You keep the leash loose, you'll get, if you want to call it a fuse, you got this like 30-second fuse or whatever, and it's definitely enough to get her to have her not be reactive as the person passes by. But still, practice the recall like you saw me do. She just started to learn this come command, but we're already using it out in public in the actual real life situations that she has a problem with, because we only had a few days to do this. So You can see how far we've gotten so far. All the concepts are here. Loose leash, no more choking up, no more restraining. That actually triggers stress. That would trigger stress in the dog, this kind of stuff. Come, use the recall. Get her out of there, get her away from stuff. Good. So this dog, can you walk him around a little bit? Like walk him past here, okay? So let's say a dog's coming, come, call her away. Good. And we're using high value rewards. I've got like this little low fat mozzarella cheese stick. I just break off a little piece. I only use the special yummy treats like that in the high value type of situations. For problems, other dogs and people on the street, I'm only going to use whatever that yummy treat is, that highest value reward that you have that she really loves. I'm using that only for her big problem. Don't use the pieces of cheese or chicken breast or whatever for sitting or things like that she already is, learning to do, and they're not going to be that hard for her to learn, because you just need to practice it for a while. But use the high value rewards in the highest stress situations, and you'll have more control over those situations quicker, because she's motivated to do it your way because it's a high value reward, obviously, not some stale dog biscuit. So just use the reward that equals the situation you're in. So that's how you handle her on the street. And those rules are very important. Loose leash, calling her away. Staring plus leash tension can cause aggression. So you use the come, and see how sometimes I have to tap her? Good. You may not have even seen that, but if she doesn't respond immediately, I'm going to tap. And I think you should practice for a while. Come and tap. Good. At the same moment you say come, it's because she's not going to be used to doing this with you. So it's come. See that? A tap. At the same moment you say it. And then when you back away, right here, sweetie. Good. When you back away, she comes to you, hits the target hand, you say good, she gets a reward. So practice it exactly like that every time. Sit. Good. So we're going to do this greeting routine. You always walk Boomer up to the person. You never have, with any dog, you never have the person approach, but especially with a really scared, shy dog like her, you always walk up to the person, they stay there, you step over, give them the treats, you say go back to Boomer, say go, good, she goes over there, come, she didn't want the treat, but she still went over, good. Right now, we're not even really using high value rewards, we're just using they're pretty good sit, lamb, dog treats, but if you really want to make an impression with her at your place, because it's always going to be way worse at the owner's house, especially since she just started doing this, use a high value reward, chicken breast, cheese, or whatever, maybe some sort of not, bad for her people food, but something that she's crazy about, so that she's more motivated. She starts associating getting that amazing treat only from people that new people that she doesn't know yet. Go say hi, send her over again. No, it's right here. She is staring at the camera person because that makes her nervous. Some guy standing there pointing something at us. Come, but she's handling it. She's still able to, good, to do this exercise. Sit. One more time. So we've been practicing this every day with people, different people. Go say hi one last time. It really changes her perception. Now she's eating. When she relaxes, come, she starts to relax. Good girl. You'll see she'll start to take the treat. And if you were to do this every day like we have, and she's gotten to know multiple people like this just in the last week since she's been here, you'll see she starts getting a lot more confident quicker, and you'll see also in the clip when she's out in public, she's a little bit scared and shy with people that just randomly pop up and walk past us, but there's no aggression there, and that's going to gradually get better as you practice all the techniques that I that I show you in that clip. But this greeting routine is really important for a dog like her to practice as much as possible, but do it exactly the way I'm doing it. Do it out on neutral territory, not inside your house. Somebody walking through that front door is the worst. That's the worst place to introduce a dog like her to somebody inside her little closed-in area that she perceives as her inner, like her private spot inside your house. She's more likely to guard that. If somebody that she doesn't know walks in. So always do this out on neutral territory. Pick a spot in your front yard, on your driveway, maybe the sidewalk in front of your house, that you do it in that spot with everybody, because once you have good associations there, she'll start associating that spot with meeting people. So don't do it in all different places until she's much, much better. It works in your favor to pick one spot and do it there over and over and over again to help her get used to the people. And then you can start moving to different spots. So dogs associate behavior with a location. So we're always doing it here. So she got to know a bunch of people faster, because also another way to put it is dogs behave situationally, and this is a situation. She got used to doing this a lot. And so she knows, oh, I know this situation, I know how this goes. So this person, even though I don't know them, must be okay, because we do this every day here, and it always goes the same way here. And so that's why you want to follow those rules after she's back with you as well, and it will keep getting better. Walking her up to this mat, and see how if she wants to pull somewhere here, instead of going like this and forcing her, she's again fixated on the man with the camera standing there. Of course, shy dogs like this, they get threatened by that. So instead of pulling her and trying to force her to be straight here, just do this. Okay, do your little left turn, sit. And I sort of stopped her with my foot, and now she's straight. And this down thing, which she couldn't do a down when I first got her, finally gotten her to do a down, and after a week, this is how far we've gotten. So you have her sit in front of this mat, you allow her on, go to your mat, walk her over and say down. And even if she, let's put the treats there, and if she pops up, you say no, and watch how I'm handling this. Don't say the D-O-W-N word again. You already said it once. We want her to know that the first time you said it means she's going to stay there for a while. Good. So I said no. I applied a little bit of pressure on the leash. She went back down. She started getting treats again. Good. So right now we have a short little downstay. And I always, and you always want to as well, always release her. Okay, before she pops up and makes a mistake. And that's how I got her to be able to stay in a down for that long. And it took me easily 6 days to even get her to go down. Sit. Go to your mat. Come on, right here. Down. Right here. There you go. Right here. Good. Don't give her a reward until she's got her elbows. No, that's cheating. So she pops up, you say no. And all I did was hold her butt from swinging this way. Obviously the camera person's making her really nervous. So she popped up again, no. So this standing on the leash and just applying pressure and saying no, that can work well. You're not going to have this situation where somebody's standing there pointing something at you. So I'll reset her this way this time, because you should probably see this anyway. Good. And then the next time she makes a mistake, never end on a mistake, so I needed her to go back so that I could release her out of the downstay. Okay. You see how nervous she is by the guy standing there with the camera, but we're gonna follow through with this. Sit. Go to your mat. One more time, down. Never repeat the command. You're of course always training with a leash, so just apply a little bit of pressure there. And this is actually the toughest series of downstays we've ever done, because usually it's just me in the yard, and it's just her and I. So she's having a little issue with this, so she finally decides to go down. Notice the difference here is that I'm not forcing her down. I'm just applying a little bit of pressure, which is not choking or hurting her. Good girl, good. And then she decides to collapse into a down. I'm just giving her a little hint to make the right choice, and then when she hits the down stay or the down, she gets rewarded. Now we have this little stay, and stay is built into down, so you don't say stay, you don't have to. Stay is built into sit and down, so you don't have to say that anymore. She's waiting for me to release her. And this is how you release her. You come back next to her, you say, okay, lead her off the mat, and another way to reset her is to just step into her like that, and all I did was I went like this to stop her from twisting this way, and she sits, and then I say, go, tap her chest and say, go, and she's free. So this is as far as we've gotten in her beginning stay here with her training. She's definitely a dog that I'd love to have for 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, because to get rid of, the dog training is one thing, but then to get rid of, or to make her more confident, let's say, making her more confident and not afraid of everything on the planet, anything she sees out in public or noises and all that. That's a project of building the dog up over time, working with down stays and sit stays and greeting routines and calling her away from distractions on the street every day. And sometimes it happens in a few weeks and sometimes it takes longer. All dogs are different, but this is the very beginning part of this, and she's learning some new commands, and this is how far we've gotten so far.